はい、それでですね、今回は、MLB ザショー17を、やっていこうと思いますんで、よろしくお願いします。それではね、早速、始めていきましょう。でもね、ニューヨークメッツとの、2戦目でございます。先発は、コーラーですね。さあ、かなり、疲れが見える選手が結構ね、多めにいますんで、変えましょうかね。まずは、プラドしてリアルミュートね、こうかな。あとはイエイチまあイエイチも疲れるからな。じゃあ3番一同でいきますか、今日は。 OK、 行きましょう。
MLB The Show has
さあ、
baseball on
今
tap
更
from
ですが、
lovely Citi Field in
音
New
とか大丈夫
York
ですよね。
tonight. Game 2
声と
of
か
this
ちょっと入って
three-game
ますよね。
series between the Miami Marlins and the New York Mets. Major League Baseball on the show is next.
大丈夫ですかね。
Noah
はい。
Syndergaard, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. Harold, any thoughts?
Well, Matt, he's been really good. He's
さ
got
あ、
two
メ
wins in
ッ
the
ツの
last
先
three
発は
starts.
シ
His
ン
team's had
ダ
an
ーガー
opportunity
ド
to
で
get
す
in the
ね。
game deep and late, and he's walked away, like I
3
said,
勝
with
2
two
敗
wins.
と
So
こ
let's see
こ
if
で
he's
来
able
て
to
ま
get
す
three
ね。
wins in 4 starts after this outing.
Here's D. Gordon now. First at bat for him as he
さあ行
enters
きましょ
play
う。
number
1番
3
D
in the
ゴードン
National
か
League
ら。
batting race. And we are underway now in New York as the first pitch of the night is taken for ball one. HR, these Mets, as they enter play here tonight, it was another loss last time out, and this portion of the schedule has not done them any favors as they've dropped 5 of their last 7.
早めで
Matt,
すか
this has
ね。
been one of those up and down teams. They lost the last
97
game,
前と
500. Everybody wants to play above
早いです
500
ね。
baseball. Maybe they'll be motivated by that alone.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And here's a ball
いや、
hit
そ
in
の
the
子
air.
いいとこ行った
In
ね。
there
よ
with
しよし
base
よしよ
hit.
し。ケイレフト。
Little soft
Line
liner
down,
right there dropping
potato.
into the outfield. They didn't hit it hard, but sometimes those little soft singles get rallies
さあ、ま
started.
ず先頭 D ゴードンが出ましたね。
Here's Echeverria now, and the home-away splits tell us he's actually
さあ、
quite
2
a
番
bit better
エ
hitting on
チ
the
ェバリア。
road than he is at home.
さあ、ロードの方が、打率は高めですね。
Hit in the air out to center field.
その
Granderson is
力を
under
生か
it.
せないか。
Got it one away.
センターフライ
And
で
he'll
す
scurry
ね。
back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. With that, a look at the batting order for the Marlins. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, Matt, we all know it. The man to watch, Giancarlo Stanton. He hit 7 home runs last month. That's a legit power threat. When you start looking at that over the course of a long season, he's putting up some big numbers. This guy's got great power.
Into the box, Ichiro Suzuki. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and one gone.
さあ行きましょう。3番一郎。
He's set. Here it comes.
さあこのスタートして、これはさすがにアウトですか。ゴードン盗塁失敗ということですね。もう完全に外しましたからね、今ね。バッテリーも狙われてましたね。
The pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air.
当てただけって感じだな。
Shallow left, and the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Marlins. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game. Tom Kohler, a right-hander from the umpire state, gets the starting assignment here.
ここまで1勝1敗。防御率は 1.30 と、ね、調子はそんなにね悪くなさそうな感じですね。成績見るとなかなかね、先発になかなか勝ちがつかないっていうのが多いですね。
Hit hard to short. Echeverria has it.
ショートゴロ、いやーちょっと送球上に触れましたが一塁セーフ。
Stepping up to the plate, Neil Walker. And he's hoping to get things going at the plate. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games.
さあランナー1人出まして2番のウォーカーですね。記録は内野安打になってますね。
From the stretch. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. This Marlins ball club, Harold Reynolds, as they begin play here tonight, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matt, they won the game last night, and I talked to the manager earlier, and he just said, you know, we executed, and if we can do that, we'll be a consistent team, and we'll win games. Ooh, that was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
And he takes strike 3 balls on the fastball, 1 gone. With a moment here in Flushing Meadows, let's meet the Mets. HR, how do they go about ending the losing streak they're mired in?
Well, this is the new model of teams that we see. Strikeout doesn't matter. They're the top 3rd in the league in strikeouts, so we're going to see a lot of swings and misses today. But if they catch one, look out.
Now at the plate, Yoenis Cespedes. First chance for him here with a runner at first and 1 gone.
Cespedes ですね。
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
Well, Matt, as advertised, he's broke out with a good fastball. He likes to pitch out the fastball, but this was in the mid-90s. We'll see him be aggressive most of this game with that fastball.
Now a throw over to first, just keeping him close. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Working the plate is Carl Dixon.
Well, Matt, the interesting thing about Carl, pitchers
Dixon,
struggle with balls in the corner. They don't like that he makes them throw the ball in the middle of the plate sometimes. But he will call that high pitch. So watch him attack the high pitch.
やっぱり調子はいいですね。コーナーね。
Strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
4番のリュウダ。
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
The 1-0 delivery. To short, hit hard. Echeverria's there. Toss over to Gordon.
送球しますね。OK、これで3アウトですね。
We are still scoreless. Giancarlo Stanton now. Career numbers versus Syndergaard have yielded just a 2 for 12. He's also been a strikeout
さあ
victim
4番
6
の
times.
スタントンからですね。
Now the pitch. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. The 1-0 delivery. Line toward right center. And that'll get down in front of Granderson for a base hit.
Whoa, back-to-back sliders. Now, the first one was almost like a practice pitch. He saw the spin. The second one, he recognized and got the base hit.
さあスタントンセンター前でランナー1塁
Coming
で
to
す
the
ね。
plate now, Justin Bohr. And for him, you have to think a turnaround is
さあ
coming.
5
Clearly
番の
not
ボア
going
で
his
す
way
ね
of late.
ここ7試合23打数4安打1割7分4厘。あまりね、まあチーム全体的にねそんなに当たっていないんで、
First pitch of the at
ボア
bat.
だけがっていうわけでは
A
ね
knee-high
ないんですけ
sinker,
どもね。
tough pitch, strike one. A runner at first with no outs here. And here's a ball hit in the air. Reyes ranging into the outfield. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the Mets. In this day and age, when teams are moving all over the place playing the shift, these guys are old school, very traditional. You don't see the shift applied very often to this club.
さあワンアウトランナー1塁にで、
Here's
6
Marcell
番オズナ
Ozuna. First shot for him here. 2 hits in 5 trips a night ago.
さあこっからねちょっとランナーをやっぱりね進めていきたいですよね。
Here comes the first pitch. Trying to jam him with the first pitch slider, but it's in a bit too tight for ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. A
い
swinging
やー
bunt
先
to
っ
the
ぱなま
mound.
だ
And he won't even think
オ
about
ズナ
second
これ
as
多
he'll
いな
flip
本当
on
に
to first for the
先っ
sure
ぽに当た
out.
ってピッチャーゴーとかねキャッチャーゴーとかゴーとかっていうのが
Stepping in, Derek Dietrich. Career numbers versus Syndergaard.
さあ
Batting
ディートリッチ
500, 4 for 8. He's taken him deep once. He's set and the pitch. High in the air out to center field.
セン
Granderson is
ター
under
が
it.
止まっちゃったか。
And that's the third out.
うん
Marlins leave one. We'll go to the bottom
ノーアウ
of the
トがラン
second.
ナー
No
出るけど
score.
セカンド止まりですね。
Standing in, Curtis Granderson. He'll start us out here in the home half of the second.
さあグランダーソンからですね。
And that misses for ball 1. The 1-0 now to Granderson. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Granderson waits on the 1-2. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
Well, that was a classic strikeout pitch with the changeup down right there. He just missed. You know, he hit fastball, then came back with the changeup. I think he comes back with another fastball in. You got him guessing now for sure.
Here's another 2-2. Weak grounder back to the mound. And he's set down, one away.
Well, let's take a look at the Marlins defense, brought to you by Majestic. And these guys can really defend. All you got to do is look at the error column. They're in the top 5 fewest errors in the league. They don't beat themselves very often. You're going to have to earn it to beat them.
Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera, hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. Pitch on the way. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Bottom of the second here with no score. Nope. 3-0. Due next is the dangerous Jay Bruce. And that's outside. He lost him ball 4.
And with the bases empty, you don't feel bad about walking that guy. He's capable of taking deep every time he digs in, so it's not the worst thing in the world to work around him if you can.
Here's Jay Bruce now. He's not among the league leaders in home runs, but his total does top this ball club.
ワンアウトからフォアボールでランナー出ましたね。
First pitch coming. Here it is. Fouled back. Runners on first with 1 down. And Bruce can't come up with that one as he swings through it for strike 2.
Boy, that pitch looks so good when you're hitting, but you're not going to catch up to it. I think pitchers should use that more often. The high fastball in the eyes, they will never catch up to it.
Swing, high drive, deep down the left field line. This ball is slicing, and that nearly broke our scoreless tie. Instead, it's a foul ball. And there's a swing and a miss by Bruce as he set down on strikes, 2 away.
Boy, there's the perfect pitch right there, the straight changeup. He hadn't used it yet in this at-bat, and what does he do? He uses it, pulls the string, and gets the big strikeout.
Into the box now, Rene Rivera. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. 2 out with the man at first. Grounded to third. He's got it. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Mets lead 1. We'll move to the third with no score. Ramon Cabrera steps in now. He'll start things out against Noah Syndergaard as this inning is underway. Now a fastball to start the third. That misses. It's ball 1.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone-cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
And this one's over for a high strike, 1-1. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. A fastball that just misses inside. Ground
センター返し、よしよしよし、抜けてきました。さあ、この回も先頭バッターがね、ヒットで塁に出ましたね。
The pitcher, Tom Kohler, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here. Here's the first pitch to him. Now a bunt attempt here, and this will be swept away in foul territory, and we'll see if they try the bunt again. Now the 0-1, and they'll indeed have the pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. Throw by Reyes is right there for the first down.
さあ、ランナーがワンアウトセカンド。
The batter, number 9, second baseman, D. Gordon.
Striding in once again, D. Gordon. He reached on a single in his first try.
上位打線。
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Takes a knee-high fastball.
Well, Matt, I'm looking at that 0-1 pitch right there, and I'm thinking he got lucky. I mean, that ball down and in, that's right in his wheelhouse. Some guys, that's a good spot. For him, that is not a good place to flirt around with. I wouldn't do it again.
Nothing in one count. Here it comes. On the ground to the right side. Spin throw gets him at first. The only play he had, and he made it a good one.
ランナーは三塁ですね。
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Adeiny Echeverria. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
さあ、2番エチェバリア。
First pitch coming, here it is. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Third inning, no score to this point. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Anderson on the move. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning.
3回も無得点ですね。
The third coming up, no score. So striding in, Noah Syndergaard. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
Noah Syndergaard.
さあ、9番ピッチャーのシンダーガードからですね。
First offering on its way. Swing and a little blooper to center. Ichiro moving forward, and that's the first out of the inning.
Third baseman, number 7, Jose Reyes.
So one man gone for the Mets in the third, and the lineup turns over now for Jose Reyes. Here comes the first pitch. Here's a knuckle curve that backs him up a bit. Ball 1. Two and 0. Two and 0 count, and the pitch. Now a swing and a ground ball, but a foul ball, and it's 2-1 now.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2.
Well, he's out in front of that changeup. I think, Matt, that was a result of the fastball, the pitch before. He's throwing so hard. You gotta honor that fastball in that situation.
Under it now is Stanton to make the catch, and there are 2 away
さあ、これで
now.
2アウトですね。
Second baseman, Neil Walker.
Here's Neil Walker, 0 for 1 here in the early going. Into the windup and the pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit softly on the ground to first. Moore scoops it up and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over.
さあ3回も三者凡退で、
We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless.
さあ序盤3回終わってまだ 0-0 ですね。
Here's Ichiro now. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
さあ3番イチローから。
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
Oh, you have to love it. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
For Walker now at second.
Oh, second.
Oh, a not fielded
Oh,
cleanly here by Walker. And he'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
ラッキーですね。
Digging in to try it again.
さあこのガム先頭出ましたね。
1 for 1 after a single this first
さあ
time
内
up.
野安打ですか。おーラッキーな判定も。
First delivery to him on the way.
4番
Oh,
さんと
ouch, that one
ピ
drilled
ッ
him.
チャーに直撃でしたね。
First pitch breaking ball, he was sitting on that the whole
大
time.
丈夫かな。
Not walking the whole way. You don't hit it that hard on first pitch if you're not.
大丈夫かなピッチャーね。だから直撃でしたけど。これも強襲内野安打ですね。
Standing in, Justin Bohr comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
さあ5番ボアですね。
Chop foul right at home plate at strike 1. Comes set with the 0-1. In the dirt here. Runners will stay put. However, the count evens at 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1.
A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. But this will wind up a foul ball. 2-2.
Yeah, 三振か。
So with a couple of men on and one out in the inning now, let's turn to our pitch speed comparison for these
やっ
two
ぱりシンダーの球速いですね。マックス98マイルキロって出てますからね。さあうまいことね、この速球にちょっと対応していかないとですね。
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie.
Well, they have been really aggressive swinging early in the count, early in this game, and that's twofold. You're either not going to get a high pitch count from the pitcher, which could go against you, or you're going to knock him out. We're coming right after you and being aggressive. Right now, I think they're just being aggressive.
Strike
いや、
three called.
外いっぱいですね。
Big strikeout for the second out there, but he's not out of it yet. We'll see if he can feed off that K, wiggle out of the jam, and keep this game tied.
2者連続三振。
Ready for another chance? Derek Dietrich. 2 men on, 2 away here in the fourth.
頼むぞここは。
He's set. Here it comes. Slap hard the opposite way. That's in there. Base hit. Ichiro.
一応
Rounds
3
the
塁回っ
corner
て
and is headed
ホームイ
home.
ンホームイ
And he is
ン。
out on the tag.
だけどサードはアウト。
Marlins forced to settle for one. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. The Marlins on top.
でも1点はね入りましたからね。よしよしよしよし。
Now to the plate, Yoenis Cespedes. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Yoenis Cespedes.
さあ3番セス
Into the
ペです
windup
からです
and the
ね。
pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
You know, Matt, he's having great success, but I can't say it's because of the first pitch strike. Now, that's over 60% of the time he's throwing that for a strike, but usually to have this kind of success, you would think the ratio would be much higher.
And this will be fouled away.
He's clearly looking to hit off the fastball and adjust. That's a pretty good swing after seeing 2 fastballs now in a row.
Got him. So he's down on strikes for the second time here tonight.
The first baseman, number 21, Lucas.
Here's Lucas Duda now. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
That pitch right there, he's trying to keep him from getting his arms extended. If it's out over the plate more, he can obviously do a lot of damage with it.
Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
There's another swing and strike on a fastball. He's got a nice fastball working, great pop on it, and he's keeping it high in the zone. They're going to have to lay off that if they want to have any success, because you keep chasing it, they're going to keep swinging and missing.
As anticipated, here's a ground ball now to the right side. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Center fielder, number 3, Ernest Granderson.
So 2 are gone in the Mets half of the 4th. And standing in now is the dangerous center fielder, Curtis Granderson.
さあグランダーゾン。
First pitch coming, here it is. Sharp
さあ点
slider
に取
that
った
time, just missed
後の回です
inside.
からね、しっかりと3人でね
Great take there. There's not a lot you can
締
do
め
with
た
that
いところ
slider
ですね。
breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. All even at 2-2. Here it is. And this one will be out of play off the left. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Full count. 3-2.
Hey, you can't let that bother right there. This might be a good time to catch and have a little conversation. Just tell him next pitch, don't worry about that one.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The next 3-2. A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Mets. It remains 1-0.
さあ4回終わって1対0。
Digging in the switch hitter, Ramon Cabrera. He'll start things out as we begin
カ
the
ブレラからで
fifth.
すね。
Cabrera.
And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. And that pitch catches the inside corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard on the ground to
サード
third.
正面。
And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, one away.
Now batting, the pitcher, Tom Kohler.
Digging in for his second at bat, Tom
さあこれ
Kohler.
9番
He
ピッチャー
successfully
の
laid
コーナ
down
ー
a
です
sac
ね。
bunt in his last plate appearance.
いや今日は本当にねいいピッチングしてますねコーナー。
That softly hit to right. Will that get down? There to play it
Well,
is
second
Walker,
fly
and there are two gone now.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, D. Gordon.
Here's D. Gordon now. A hit in 2 tries so far.
さあ1番に戻って D ゴードン。
And a breaking ball runs in and gets him. And I doubt there was any intent behind that.
That was a pretty good pitch on a pitch he doesn't throw very often, or I should say, hasn't used in this game. That's for sure. That was a good pitch.
Here's Echeverria now. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
No doubt, this is a steal situation right here. 2 outs and the leadoff hitter on first. This is the time you roll the dice and hope he gets in the scoring position where he can get a hit to bring him home.
Here it comes, 1-0.
オッケー、いやーナイスバッティングだ。
And that's in for a base hit. Make it a
いい
1
オード
for
は
3
一
games
球
so
三塁
far.
へ。
And they're not going to get him at third as the throw by Bruce comes in too
い
late.
やーいいバッティングしました
Jammed on
ね。
that one right there, and he's strong enough to muscle it into right field for the base hit. It's gonna be a line drive tomorrow in the paper.
さあチャンスで一同です。
Here's Ichiro now. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one.
「さあ追加点なるか。
Looking to keep this a 1-run game, the pitch. And this is going to find the crowd down the left field line. It's a ball and a strike. Sent on the
セカン
ground
ド
now
正
to
面。
second. Walker's got it. Throw on to first will be in
セ
time.
カン
The
ドゴロ
Marlins
か、こ
can't
こは。
cash in here, and that ends the inning. Marlins strand a pair, but they're on top 1-0. Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe
さあ
when they
5
start
回で
thinking
すね。
about ways
こ
to
の
get the
回
guy on
も
the mound
投
out of
げ
his
切れ
rhythm.
ば勝ち投手の権利は
In there,
獲
and
得
it's
ですね。
0-1.
That's a good fastball down the zone. Now, some hitters are good low ball hitters, but that's exactly where you want to be.
The windup and the 0-1. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now, 0-2. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Now the pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2.
Well, they haven't had a lot of offense in this game. Right now, they got 3 balls here. Maybe this will be the leadoff walk that gets things going for them.
Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
Looked like
Yeah,
he might have got
ball
squeezed a little
this
bit right
guy.
there. You know he's talking to himself in his head about it. That kind of stuff goes both
いや
ways, though.
かなり
Hitters get their
い
fair
いコー
share
ス
of
でい
crummy
ったと思っ
calls
たんだ
going
けど
against them,
な。
too.
厳しいね、そこ。
Here's Jay Bruce now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now this is chopped fouled at home plate. It's 0-1. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
That's a nice pitch right there. He threw him a breaking ball, comes back with a fastball, and now he's late. Now he doesn't know how to adjust. He's kind of caught it between. He got it set up perfectly.
And Bruce can't connect there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the inning. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the fifth, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly.
さあ、ここまでね、1安打
So
ピッチング
digging
です
in
ね。
now, Rene Rivera comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. He's ready. Here's the first offering, and that one stayed too low apparently. Runner at first here, one man out. A high strike there, and it's 1-1.
さあ、60球ですね、今。
Here's the 1-1 delivery, and he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
In a double play situation, that's the location you want a guy to swing at. More than likely, he's going to beat it into the ground.
And the slider gets him swinging to gone.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Striding in, Noah Syndergaard. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
さあ、ツーアウトになってピッチャーですね、シンダーガード。
This is flared out towards second, and this will be put away easily for the out. The dangerous Giancarlo Stanton will get the first shot when we return. It's the Marlins 1 and the Mets nothing. Giancarlo Stanton now.
さあ、6回スタントンからですね。今日は2打数の2安打。
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And this is low, ball 1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times, you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
Pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike.
Well, that's a true indicator he's looking for a fastball in. He wanted to spin the wind right there and knock one as far as he could. He got the off-speed pitch inside, and he pulled off of it.
Well, I think his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch coming up at his eye level.
Oh, you think? If you've got a good fastball like he does, that location can be really effective. It looks so tempting to the hitter, but making contact on that pitch can be very tough.
いやー、外スライダーか。
Really pulled in that time for the first out.
I think he had his mind made up. He was swinging the bat and trying to protect before the ball even left the pitcher's hand. That pitch wasn't even close.
ここは三振ですね、スタントン。さあ、5番ボア。
Stepping in now, Justin Bohr. As he swings and grounds it toward
いやー、セカンド。
Walker dives.
ファインプレ
There, and he's out.
Big play in the hole right there. That's a pretty good example of why getting hits at this level is so difficult. You know he was running down the line thinking, for real? You gotta be kidding me.
わ、ファインプレーですか。
Here's Marcell Ozuna. As he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. Squared that one up just a little late. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Cespedes is there. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Fair to say, oh my goodness, these folks are not headed for a career on Broadway. Back with more on this fine Saturday night following this. Ready once again, Jose Reyes. They'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
Tell you what, his spot has been the outside pitch right there, and now we're late in the game and he continues to pound the outside pitch, and it's really working out for him.
Skied into straightaway right. Stanton has a read on it. 1 away.
Up next for the Mets, second baseman, Neil Walker.
Digging in to try it again, Neil Walker. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And low, it's a ball and a strike. Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger. Set to deliver on 2-1. And this pitch is hit foul off to the left and out of play, so the count goes to 2-2 now.
Man, I like the last 2 pitches. A changeup and then a fastball. He's late with the swing on the fastball right there. You got him in between right now, and that's an advantage to the pitcher.
Under it, Hechavarria for out number 2.
Number 52, Yoenis Cespedes.
Here's the left fielder, Yoenis Cespedes.
3番セスペース、今日は2三振ですね。もう全くもって仕事をさせない。
Here comes the first pitch. Knuckle curve breaks outside for ball 1. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
The difference maker in this outing than others is the 2-seamer. He's doing whatever he wants to do with that ball. It's moving all over the place.
Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now.
Clearly, they're not picking him up much better. Do you see the swing on that pitch right there? Nasty.
And he struck him out. An 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Mets go down 1-2-3. They trail this one 1-0.
回終わって1対0。もう少し点数が欲しいとこですね。
Welcome back to Citi Field in Flushing. It's on to the 7th inning with the Marlins on top, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Derek Dietrich. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Ned. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings. Action in the Mets bullpen now. It's both a lefty and a right-hander that start to throw. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. And the pitch. Cold strike at the knees, 1-1.
わお、
Shot to second base
ドライ
and
ナーか。
handled for the first out.
Now batting, catcher, Ramon Cabrera.
Ramon Cabrera steps in now. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the
さあ
game.
8番カブレラ。
First pitch on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
This has been an interesting game to watch. I mean, he's less than 60% of the time he's throwing that first pitch for strikes. So he's been having to throw stress pitches almost to every hitter.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
これは抜けていかないか。
In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, the pitcher,
シ
Tom.
ョートゴロでツーアウトですね。
Striding in once again, Tom Kohler. He's 0 for
さ
1
あ
thus
ピッチャーの
far.
コラー。まだ行きましょう、コラー。
First offering on its way. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Slider, and he can't pull the trigger. 2 strikes.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Lofted in the air out toward right center.
There we go.
And Bruce will make the catch, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the
7 回
Marlins.
は
But they're
無得
up
点ですね。
1-0. Digging in once again, Lucas Duda. He'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7.
Lucas Duda.
On its
さあ
way
4
is
番の
pitch number
デュータからですね。
75. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Again, he sends it out of play. Here comes another 0-2. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
Nice job there, taking care of the
素晴らしい
leadoff
です
hitter
ね。
via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning.
いや
So that
コー
was
ナ
a
ーに
big
ね
out.
しっかりね決まってるのはねいいねやっぱりね。
First pitch coming. Here it is. Curtis Granderson
Oh.
is at the plate, and he checks his swing for ball 1. The 1-0 now to Granderson. Ball 2 now.
Not the ideal spot to be right here. 2-0 count on a real good hitter. Boy, you're going to have to make some really good pitches now.
3-0 now.
Well, all the guys in this lineup, he's definitely the
今の
guy
外れ
I'd
てる
be
のか。
cautious with, especially with a one-run lead. No surprise that he's treading lightly right here.
3-1.
I think he's pitched better than anyone really expected in this one. He's done a real nice job, but someone's going to make him pay if he puts too many more pitches in that location.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. Looks at a slider over the outer half for strike 2.
We're seeing him in an absolute groove out there in the mound right now. Retired 7 straight, and mechanically, he looks really consistent and fluid to me.
1 out, nobody on. And
Okay.
he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far.
Well, it's been a rough series for him at the plate so far. That's 4 strikeouts in the first 2 games, so this pitching staff clearly has him figured out.
Ready for another chance as Dribble Cabrera. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another
さっきは2つフォアボールか。
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound. It's
な
been
ぜこの
impressive
カ
to
ブレ
watch.
ラ
It'll
だ
be
け
interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
Now here it comes. And he gets ahead 0-1.
He's putting together a nice outing so far. It always helps when you get ahead in the count.
2 out, nobody on. And look out, that one ran in and got him.
フォアボール、フォアボール、デッドボールというちょっとひどいな、これは。あとね、ワンアウトですので。
Jay Bruce, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. No hits to this point. Ready with the 1-0 now to Bruce. That command may be starting to drift a bit. It's 2-0 now.
Well, you clearly have a guy scuffling right now on the mound. Look, he hit the last batter, and then he's falling behind here. As a hitter, you just got to sit there and look for one specific pitch before you swing.
2-0 count, and the pitch.
Okay.
Right over the middle, knee high. There's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir.
Boy, he's been great in this one. He's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
よしよしよしよしよし。OK、7回なんとか投げ切った。
They still trail 1-0. And now here comes Mets skipper Terry Collins out to home plate, and it looks
やっぱり
like
メ
we'll
ッツ
see
は
a
選
double
手
switch here.
交代ですね。
Josh Edgen will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Juan Lagares is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher's spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch.
昨前。さあ、じゃあ次、田澤行きましょう。さあ、1番のゴードンから。
D. Gordon is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike 1 becomes so important. To get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at-bat.
Comes set, and the 0-1. Lifted in the air to shallow center field.
センターの前に落ちたね。よし
And
よし
there's
よ
a
し
base hit, so a chance to add a little
Okay,
insurance here as the leadoff
Gordon.
man is
Center
on
hit.
to start the 8th.
Well, here's another multi-hit game. Here we are in May. He's over 300. I think he's going to have a good year. Be able to keep this up.
外ですね。外の球でし
He's
たよ
off。to a great start.
センター前に持ってきました。
Here's Echeverria now, and they pitch out here, but nothing's going
何
on.
ストライク
Set to deliver the 0-1. In the
で、ゴード
dirt.
ンならセカンドへ到達でき
And
るように。
forget
よ
about the double
しよし
play
よしよ
now
しよ
as
し
he'll
よし。
move up to second here on the wild pitch.
And I think that's the case of the pitcher being a little too preoccupied with the speed at first. He lost focus on making the pitch and throws an absolute scud. The irony, of course, is the runner's now on second, and he didn't even have to steal.
And it looks now like a right-hander's begun to get loose in the Mets bullpen.
さあ、ノーアウト、セカンド。
Chopped weakly to the left.
いやー、
Throw by Reyes is
サー
right
ド
there
ゴロ
for the
ですが
first down.
ランナーはその間に三塁へ。
Pitching certainly has been on display in this one, and there's the evidence of it right there. 1-0 our score, as there are an awful lot of zeros on that line score to this point.
さ
So a runner stands at third. One man is out, and in steps the dangerous Ichiro.
さあツーアウト三塁。追加点欲しいですね。
Sends that one out of play for strike one. The 0-1 pitch.
これはセカンドゴロか。でも1点。あ、セーフだ。よしよしよしよしよしよしよし。さすが一郎。あんなゴロじゃアウトにはならないってことですね。さあ一郎の内野安打の間に2点目。
Giancarlo Stanton now, and a pitch out here, but Ichiro's not going anywhere yet.
さあ今日2安打スタントン。
Runners on first with one down. And there he goes towards second. Pitch is high to throw.
スティールは
Skips in and he's
セーフ
safe.
ですね。
Close play, but
盗
he's
塁
in
成功。
there. So they still haven't picked up an extra base hit in this one, but that stolen base at least gets him a guy in scoring position.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what the manager was thinking there, Matt. Hey, if we aren't driving the ball with any authority today, we need to make something happen in a different way. They only need a single to the outfield now to push a run across.
Foul back. The 2-1 on its way. There's a swing and he sends a ball high in the air into left field.
入ったー。スタントンツーランホームラン。4番の一発はここで出ましたね。
Giancarlo Stanton, 8th home run on the season for him, and the Marlins open it up now, 4-0.
さあスタントン第8号ですね。
Yeah, that home run is an absolute backbreaker. You still have some baseball left to play here, but with a 4-run lead, it could be a non-save situation. So they might get the rest. They're closing the rest of the day.
さあこれで4対0。
Into the box, Justin Bohr, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Looks like a left-hander has begun to get loose out in that Mets bullpen. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, that slider right there, that's what makes him tough against the left-handers. That pitch is almost impossible to hit.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
3 runs already home here. Swing and a line drive, but this will be foul.
I like the pitch right there. 2-strike fastball out of the zone, see if he'll chase. I'd go even further out this time, see if he chases it again.
Another 1-2 delivery. And this is fouled at the plate. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Softly hit toward the hole. Fielded cleanly by Walker. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
これツーアウトですね。
Marcell Ozuna.
Here's Marcell Ozuna. No hits in 3 tries so far.
さあ今日ノーヒットのオザ。
Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Well, he got him to chase a fastball right there off the plate. He's such a good hitter. You don't see him chasing out of the zone very often. That just tells me the pitcher's got pretty good stuff.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Line shot to third, and the side is retired.
サードライナーですか。
But they strike for
さあしか
3
し
in the inning. 2 on this
一度のタイムリー
2-run
内野
home
だ
run.
とスタン
Bottom
ト
of the
ン
8th
の
coming up.
この
It's
ツーラ
now
ンで
4-0 Miami.
4対0に。さあ行きましょう。8回、田澤。
New pitcher set to take over here, and we'll see the right-hander Junichi Tazawa. Ready for another shot now, Rene Rivera. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Rene Rivera.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Objective number 1 right here is finding a way to get on base, so I'm not surprised to see him taking on the first pitch there.
That misses. 1 ball and 1 strike here to the Mets backstop. Swing and a flare hit toward right. Stanton coming on. He's there and records the first out. Time to bring you up to date on the numbers.
7回まで投げてヒット1本、フォアボールが2つで、三振は10。非常にね、いいピッチングをしましたね、今日は。
And he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. First pitch on its way. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Right on the corner, a fastball that he takes for a strike. Pitch on the way.
いや、いいね、ストレート。今日はストレートが走ってますね。
Right by him. When you got a guy throwing that hard, you got to really just think about using your hands and just spread out and let your hands fly. They're going to be quicker than your bat is going to get to the ball.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again. Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. The 3-2 one more time.
いやー、インコースズバッと決まりました。これで2アウト。
Digging in the switch hitter, Jose Reyes. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
Here's the first pitch to him. Tough slider down low for a strike. Set to deliver the 0-1. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. Hit to third. Dietrich moving to his right.
OK、アウト。さあ、8回もしっかりと田澤が締めてくれましたね。さあ、9回の攻撃ですね。
Enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is
ピ
heading to the
ッチャーは
bottom
こ
of
の
the
回
ninth.
から、ブレビンスに
Now batting,
変わりましたね。
Lifetime versus this arm.
さあ、ディートリッチから。
Third baseman, Derek Dietrich.
9回はヘリントンでいきますか。さあ、ディートリッチ。
Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Anderson is under it.
センターフライ。
Now batting, catcher, Ramon Cabrera.
Ramon Cabrera steps in now. He was retired via the ground
さ
ball
あ、
last
8番
time
の
up.
カブレラですね。
From the stretch. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. One out, nobody on. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch.
おお、すごいところ打ったけど。
And this is taken in by Reyes for out number 2.
サードフライですか。
The pitcher, number 25, Junichi Tazawa.
さあ、これ田澤なんで、代打出しましょう。デンデカーでいきますか。
Matt Dendecker will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty.
Dendecker.
And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Randerson is under it. And that ends the inning. Nothing across here this half. 2, 3, and 4 set to kick off the bottom of the 9th. The Marlins lead this one 4-0.
さあ、最終回ですね。
Brian Ellington,
さ
the right-handed reliever,
あ、エリン
standing
トン行きましょう。
6-3, gets the ball now out of the bullpen.
今日は9試合目ですね。まだ失点なしの防御率 0.00。いやー、開幕からいいピッチングしてくれてますね。
Here's Neil Walker. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Second baseman, Neil Walker.
Curveball looked at here for strike 1. Fouled back.
That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this
いいですね。
reliever
変化
throw it
ね、
a
ス
lot.
トレート、
Ready
カ
on
ーブ、
0-2.
チェンジアップしかないんですが、 緩急をね、使うピッチングですね。ストレートも97マイルとか、かなりね、スピードが速いんで、
Hitters look sharp and have backed up a nice
普通に
effort
カー
from
ブ、
them
チェン
at
ジア
the
ップが。
start. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed
さあ、
with the
今
job
日
these
3
guys have
三
done
振
so
の
far.
セスペです。全く今日はね、合っていないからね。
Yoenis Cespedes comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
That one missed, but if it's a strike, I don't know how you get the barrel of that pitch. You have to really be sitting on it to hit a fastball coming in that hard on the inside part of the plate.
Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him at 96. It's a ball and a strike. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Cespedes out in front here as this is pulled into the seats, foul down the left side. And he'll strike out here yet again. It's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
Wow, he's just a lost cause in this one. That's the 4th time he struck out in this game alone, and that's not something you'll forget very quickly. That's about as bad of a day as you can
そし
have.
て先ほど4つ目のね、セスペです。今日4三振ですね。今日は完全にもう封じ込めてますからね。さあ、ツーアウト、あと1人ですね。4番のデ
Here's
ューダ。
Lucas Duda now. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Late that time for a strike. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose. And this ball runs away for ball 2, 2-1. And he misses again, ball 3. 2 out, nobody on. And this is cut on and missed, so the Mets are down to their
さあ
final
フルカウン
strike
ト
now.
When you get yourself to a 3-1 count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt it.
One strike from a shutout. Here it
う
comes.
わ外れた
And
か
that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no
フォア
one,
ボー
two,
ルです
three inning
ね
here. They've got themselves a two-out base runner.
That is just a great at-bat there. When you're down late, you need base runners any way you can get them, and that never-say-die mentality could be the
う
difference.
んま
We'll
あき
see
っ
how
ちり
it
3
plays
人で
out.
ね締めたかったとこですが
It is Curtis Granderson. 0 for
こ
3
こで
with a
も
couple
う
of strikeouts for
切り
him
ま
to
し
this
ょう
point in the ball game. First delivery to him on the way. And here's a curveball that just about got away as it misses inside for a ball.
Seems like he's just lost the strike zone these last several pitches. He's got a walk, and that pitch right there, that wasn't even close.
A runner on first with 2 away. And this catches the outside corner, strike 1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And this is swung on and missed. So now they find themselves down to their
さ
final
あここ
strike
で
tonight.
追い込みまし
Everybody knows
た
he's got that fastball up in the hundreds. Man, you just got to get yourself ready to let it fly. Get your hands through the zone as quick as you can.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Hey, it's hard to win
OK
games at
今日は
any
完
level, but to
封
win
リレ
games
ー
on
で
the road,
完封勝ちです
especially
ね
in this
4対 0
ballpark, it's never easy to win games on the road, so they are very happy with this win.
4-0 to score tonight. Tom Kohler earns the win, his second, as he finishes 7 innings, allowing only 1 hit. Noah Syndergaard takes the loss despite allowing only 1 unearned run. So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt
さあ
Vasgersian.
という
You've
こと
been
で
watching
ね、
MLB The Show.
2連
And for
勝
more,
です
click
ね
on over to
はい
theshownation.com.
さあ勝利投手はコーラーですねこれで、2勝目ということで久しぶりに先発ピッチャーに勝ち星がつきましたねはいということでね、ここまでご視聴ありがとうございました、よかったらですね、チャンネル登録や、コメントなどしていってくださいそれではね、またお会いいたしましょうありがとうございました。
Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 39 minutes. Thanks for joining us this evening, and please drive home safely.